Good morning. So the body is fueled by what we put in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the foods that we eat every day have been genetically modified. So we have with us Dr. Guy Danielson with Precision Spine Care. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right. So tell us a little bit about what these GMOs actually are.
Yeah.
GMO is genetically modified organisms. And basically they are ways that chemists can take living parts of the body or parts of anything, life, and genetically modify them, switch them around, mess with them, and they can patent that.
Okay.
And once it gets patented, then they own it, and it's a big business. This is all big business, you know.
Right.
This is there's a lot of money to be made.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Follow the trail, and you usually find the money at the end of it. Tell what kind of food products are we eating today that probably have these?
Right.
Well, actually, almost everything.
Oh,
I have
that's
to
promising.
say that.
Yes.
I know it.
It's a little more complicated,
Right.
but basically, GMO, the main one in our country is corn.
Yeah.
And so if you look at what happens to the corn is, it just goes like this. It's all over the place. What they feed animals, it's in our gasoline, and things are done to the corn to make it easier to grow, but not necessarily more helpful. And if you look in the grocery store, about 70–80% of everything that's there has GMO products in it. And what we call organic is non-GMO. That's just kind of automatic. That's the way to figure out what is and what is not.
So what's so problematic about GMOs in your food?
Well, what happens is the GMO, for example, in corn, the corn is modified in such a way that it is very resistant to insecticides. And there's the main insecticide is Roundup. And so what happens is, if you don't have GMO corn, you have to spray to kill the weeds. Well, so happens that this corn is designed so that it's very resistant to the Roundup, meaning it'll kill the weeds, but the corn just keeps right on growing. And the problem with that is that you have to spray all this insecticide on the corn. So once it gets grown, it's still got all kinds of insecticides in it. So it's very unhealthy.
Right. So really the big issue is that we're ingesting those pesticides in the foods on the corn.
Along with that's the main thing. I mean, that's one of the main things, yes.
Right, right.
Now, where can one, just different food outlets, how do you seek the non-GMOs? I know some markets I'm sure will have those.
Well, first of all, you have to take some time to be aware, and some research it's key. You really have to do it. You just have to look into it, do some reading, Google it, and everything else. But anything the main GMO is corn, but there's also canola oil and soy, and so almost everything that factory farmers use has got GMO products in it. And that's one of the interesting things is that we're in the United States. It's legal to have GMO products, and in Europe and a lot of other countries, it's just outlawed because nobody knows exactly for sure what the consequences of it are.
Oh boy, so it is very common then.
Very, very.
It's in all of our main foods, it sounds like.
Yeah, unless you pay attention, and organic is the place to start.
There you go. And where can we find more information about all of this?
Well, you know, there's a wonderful little film that I was aware of a few years ago. Actually, one of my kids watched it at school. It's called Food Incorporated.
Okay.
And it's all over YouTube. You can just Google it, find YouTube, and
Sounds good.
that will make you very, very smart.
Got it. All right, so we'll have to go there. We do have those details on our website,
Thank you.
fox51.com, and we'll be right back.